Hi, it's Angie with News OK. I am joined today by Dr. Paul DeMars, and you obviously have been working with animals for a long time. So tell us what you do.
I'm a veterinarian, and part of my patients that I see are primary care patients that they're coming in with either a problem or coming in to be maintained in health care, and some of those things include behavioral problems.
So then tell us with, dogs' behavior. We've heard about dogs who have been trained maybe a certain way, whether it be that they're very mean and ferocious and stuff like that. So tell us, can a dog change its behavior?
Certainly they can. The question is always, what's the likelihood of being able to change its behavior? And many times it's in the professional judgment that the likelihood of being able to change this behavior is not good. Mm-hmm. So therefore the decisions are made in light of that. But any animal, just like people, their behaviors are a conglomerate of everything that they've experienced. And things that they've experienced positively are going to be things that they repeat. So if they're being trained, they're being rewarded to do this behavior, and that gets stacked up in the bank, per se, of experiences that make them say, in this situation, I'm going to choose to do this. In this situation, I'm going to choose to do this. And repetition and reward and training all direct that animal to do those behaviors instead of other behaviors.
Now, if a dog has been trained a certain way, like it's mean and ferocious and all that, and then at 2 years old, 3 years old, a new owner comes in and tries to retrain. How easy is that to retrain?
It can be difficult. You're working against all those years of reward and familiarity and those experiences, and now all of a sudden you're going to change the rules for that animal. And they're not able to reason it like we would be able to sit down and say, okay, I know you've done it this way forever, but I want you to relearn a new skill. We don't have that direct communication with a dog or an animal. So you have to do it by rewarding them for an alternate behavior that they're not choosing because they're choosing the first behavior. And that's what makes it so difficult to change an animal who's actually been trained to do something versus an animal who experientially just chosen it to do this.
Okay. So then I guess the older a dog is, probably the harder it is to retrain.
Yeah, because you're working against all those years and all those experiences that have rewarded that animal, or at least he's gotten a reward from it. And that's the thing that you've got to look at it from the animal's perspective. Something that may be a punishment in our eyes may actually become a reward to the dog, and therefore they're going to keep doing the behavior even though the owner feels, I'm trying to make him not do it, but he keeps doing it even more. For example, if a dog is barking and the only time that the owner pays attention to it is to go out there and give it a punishment or something like that, well, that actually can be a reward to the dog because it got the owner's attention by that behavior. And the owner gets frustrated, the dog certainly is frustrated, and nobody's really happy with the outcome.
Wow, especially not the neighbors.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.